As many of you may already know, the world of Avatar: The Last Airbender is back. On February 24th, it was announced by Viacom CBS that both creators of the original series, Michael DiMartino and Brian Konietzko, are coming back to Nickelodeon as co-chief creative officers of Avatar Studios, an entire studio based around Avatar: The Last Airbender and The Legend of Korra. Not much more is known, but the first project to be confirmed is an animated theatrical film that starts production this year. Now, I know this news has a lot of you like this guy. But before we get too crazy, let's take a deeper look into the full potential of Avatar Studios. Before I move on, I do ask that if you like this video, give it a like and make sure to subscribe to the channel if you aren't already. You can always change your mind later. Anyways, let's get back to the video. Back in August, when it was announced that both Michael DiMartino and Brian Konietzko were stepping away from the Netflix live-action Avatar remake, I, and a lot of other fans, suddenly became kinda turned off by the idea of the project entirely. I mean, we all saw what happened last time they were not involved with the live-action Avatar project.
We're here with some of the younger first fans for The Last Airbender, and we'll start with the youngest. What do you think?
It sucked.
It sucked. It's terrible.
Here we go.
Pretty much like they skipped through the entire movie, pretty much. They rushed the entire thing.
The movie could have been as bad as it is right now, and if they had just called him Aang once!
But now that they're not only back working on Avatar, but doubling down on projects, I have never been more excited to see the future of the franchise. The world of Avatar just has way too much potential to just be limited to the original show, The Legend of Korra, and a few comic books and novels. After the success of both Avatar: The Last Airbender and The Legend of Korra on Netflix, I would have been surprised not to see them expand the Avatar universe. So now that Avatar Studios is confirmed, what kind of content can we expect to see? Obviously, this opens the door up for so many new series within the Avatarverse. With the first project being an animated movie, we can theorize what the movie could be and what other projects might be after it. The first and most obvious answer would be to continue with the characters from Avatar: The Last Airbender. Perhaps they could adapt the graphic novels. I have loved reading the post-ATLA comics like The Promise and The Search, and I could totally see them adapt into animation. Maybe it could act as Book 4, which is what was originally in development before the Shyamalan film. Personally, something I want to see is an aged-up Avatar: The Last Airbender crew. We only saw snippets of what the original Team Avatar was like in The Legend of Korra, so I think it would be awesome to see what these beloved characters have become and the adventures they go on as adults. Another series they could probably do is a post-The Legend of Korra series. Maybe they could adapt the comics into a series or make something up new entirely. Personally, I wasn't a huge fan of The Legend of Korra. However, I think a series about Korra and Asami's adventure in the spirit world could be interesting. I'd love to see them develop the relationship between those two even further, and exploring the spirit world even more would be interesting too. Other spin-offs of the two main series could make for good stories as well. I've seen the idea of a Kyoshi Warriors show being thrown around, or even a Young Iroh series, where we could see the development of a Fire Nation war general to the peaceful and wise Iroh we know today. On top of this, I'd love to see a series all about Toph's Metalbending Academy and how it ties into the city of Zaofu in The Legend of Korra. The possibility of delving into the lives of side characters and stories is endless. A huge piece of Avatar that they've only scratched the surface on is past Avatars before Aang. Imagine seeing more about the life of Roku and his crumbling friendship with Sozin. Or maybe even a series all about Kyoshi. I haven't read it yet, but there is a 2-part novel series all about Kyoshi, so maybe they could adapt that. Or we could see lesser known avatars like Yang Chen and Karuk, or even before them. What about this dude with the stupid hat, or the avatar with no arms? Not only would we get to explore these past avatars' lives, but we could also get some serious world building and expand the history of the world of Avatar. Lastly, and what I think is the most obvious answer, but they have to do a series or a movie on the Avatar after Korra. All we really know is that they would be an earthbender following the Avatar cycle. I would love to see how technology has evolved even more than what we see in The Legend of Korra. Most of all, I want to see the Avatar somehow bring back the connection to the past Avatars. I never really liked the idea that Korra broke the connection to them, and I think it would be awesome to see if the Avatar somehow brought them back. No matter what the movie is about, or what the series they choose to make, I am so excited to see how much they decide to double down on the Avatar content with Avatar Studios. There's way too much potential for the world of Avatar, and I'm honestly surprised Nickelodeon hasn't jumped on this sooner. Honestly, I think that the Avatarverse has potential to be in the same conversations as worlds like Star Wars and the MCU. After 16 years, Avatar has proven that it can stand the test of time, and I can't wait to see what they plan for its future.